Now that I've been auditioning for 5+ years in the city, I've been to singer calls and dancer calls, Broadway calls, regional calls, and I've learned so much, and I just wish there was a video like this one to help me when I was just getting started. So if you are in the city and you are brand new to this, please come, welcome. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Amber Gatlin. I'm an actor, singer, and painter living in New York City, and today we're going to be talking about what to expect at a New York City open call. When I was first starting out, I really wanted some help with this, and I just had to settle for asking around and picking up information by bits and pieces and by going and just getting messy and making so many mistakes. So I want to make this video for people who are just starting out, who have never been to an open call before, or maybe have just been to one or two and are still figuring out how to prepare and how to get this information and how to show up for casting feeling prepared and ready to do their best work. So make sure you stay till the very end, and I'll give you a great insider tip on how to stay up to date on these auditions. What is an open call? An open call is an actors' equity audition. The Stage Actors Union is called Actors' Equity, and equity requires theaters to audition actors in a certain way. Non-union actors are also welcome to sign up for open calls, but may or may not be seen by casting, depending on a few things. Where do I find this information? There are several websites that have information about auditions. The two ones that I use are playbill.com and broadwayworld.com. They're going to tell you important things you need to know, like what the show is, where is it running and when, how much does it pay, character descriptions, what to prepare, and exactly where and when the audition is taking place. Read all of these details very carefully because you do not want to end up at the wrong building or bringing your best song to the dance call or just waiting around all day to audition for a show that you weren't really interested in the first place. When do I show up? The lists. This is a tough one. It usually depends on what the project is and what kind of turnout it's going to have. This is also a conversation around seasons and audition season, which is mainly in the spring. A lot of people show up in like late winter, early spring, February through May to get seen at auditions. Auditions happen all year round in New York, but those are the crazy months, so keep that in mind when you're auditioning. It's going to depend on what the show is. For example, for the first tour of a new hit musical, there may be people there waiting outside the building before 5 a.m. Usually though, if you show up between 6 or 6:30, you'll get a decent spot, but it really just depends. The Actors' Equity building, the one on 46, it's like 165 West 46th Street, that building opens at 6:30 in the morning. So if you're there, you will be able to go inside and wait in the waiting room and be indoors. So that's a big game changer for a lot of the non-union folks. It's really nice. This time between 4:30 and 8 a.m. when the building opens is when you'll be dealing with the lists. There's usually two lists. One is the non-equity list and one is the EMC list. Now, what do I mean when I say list? I mean a sheet of loose leaf paper that someone is going to tape up to the wall of the building and put their name, like write their name with a piece of pencil. So if you show up to the building and you are first to arrive, you better have a piece of paper with you because it is your job to start the list. Take out a loose leaf sheet of paper or computer paper, whatever, notebook paper, and you're gonna write non-union list and then the name of the project that is auditioning. Number 1. There you go, that is your name. You have the number 1 non-union spot. Now this is all like unregulated, this is all just among non-union folks, but this is how it works and this is how we keep track of who goes first when they're filling these extra spots. So the first person is going to have the list. Usually they tape it up on the building. Sometimes the buildings really hate that, but that is usually what happens. And whoever shows up next is going to write number 2, number 3, so on and so forth. If you have your EMC card, that's going to be separate. Non-union people, you don't really have to worry about that because it's going away in 2026. Also, I should tell you, you do not want to be signing up your friends on this list. Even if there's no one around, it's just really not cool. Sometimes you can get away with like one buddy of yours who's like running late or whatever, but if you show up and start writing down 10 people's names on this list, I guarantee you someone in that line is going to rip it down and start a new one with the people who are actually there. It is just how it goes. So don't be signing up your friends. If they're your friends, they will understand and they will not ask you to do that. If you want to audition, you have to be willing to get up and stand there that early to get seen. It's just the process. So do not be signing up your friends. Put your name down and then stand there. Sometimes you can get away with going somewhere else. Some people go home, some people go to a cafe, but if you do that, you're taking a risk, and some people will start a new list and just wait out there physically. I think it was somewhere around COVID times that we were trying to be a little more lenient and a little more like, oh, well, I'll put my name down and then we'll just kind of go off of the honor system and hope that it stays up while we all go home and nap before this audition. But I'm telling you guys, people have taken advantage of that system and it's not happening anymore. You have to stand out there and wait your turn to be in the building, because otherwise you're gonna lose your spot. That's just how it goes. Oh my god, this is stressful just talking about. Sometimes I'll bring a lawn chair to sit and lounge. It's really a long time to be standing, especially with all of your things that you have to bring. So I don't care. I have no shame. I will set up my lawn chair and just, be sitting out there at 5 a.m. in the New York streets as if it were the Miami Beach or something. And it works for me. It makes me happy. It makes me comfortable. So I do recommend that. What do I bring? Bring a buddy. Accountability partners are great. Bring the clothes you want to wear for the audition. Personally, it's very hard for me to get dressed up and ready at 4 in the morning. There will be time to get ready before your scene if you're non-union. Most auditions won't start until 9 or 9:30 in the morning, so I like to roll up in sweatpants, many layers, even if it's a little bit cold, and walking shoes. You'll have time to change and do your makeup, so bring the audition outfit. Don't wear the audition outfit. Bring your ID. Many buildings want to see your ID before they let you in the building. If you're EMC, bring whatever that is. I was never EMC, so I don't know. Bring a binder with your headshot and resume stapled together, just like this. Usually you want to bring at least 2 copies just in case there's another audition that you want to hit up last minute. And your audition materials, your sheet music, and a printout of your monologue if you're doing a monologue, if that helps you. You want to bring something to do, a book, headphones, a pencil for any last minute changes to your music, and your audition journal. More on that later. What should I prepare? If you're auditioning for a straight play, they'll either give you a side or have you prep a monologue in whatever length and whatever style. Memorize it, sell it, easy, done. If you're auditioning for a musicale, your life is going to get a little more complicated. Your sheet music should have pencil markings marking the beginning of your cut and the end of your cut. You're not doing a song. I guarantee you are doing a cut of a song. 16 bars is roughly 30 seconds. 32 bars is roughly a minute. They will tell you if they're being strict about song cuts. Ideally, you want to know the song you bring in very, very well. Listen to piano instrumental versions of your song so that you're not thrown off when you don't have the whole orchestra coming in behind you. If you can practice with a pianist or a recording of a piano track, that is ideal. How should I be managing my expectations? I am not here to discourage you. But you don't want to expect more from this experience than what it's going to give you. I think the way to be smart about your time and your efforts is to prioritize the auditions that you are really right for. No one is right for everything. And if you can't find anything in your singing book that is right for this show, maybe this isn't the show for you right now. Many of these open calls are obligatory, which means casting already has actors playing these roles and in their minds and ready to jump into the job. With the big Broadway shows especially, we don't know which of these calls are like that. But this game we play is a marathon, not a sprint. You don't want to do anything that's going to burn you out. I also want to reiterate that casting is never obligated to see non-union actors at these open calls. So prepare to show up, wait around all day, and then be disappointed. It's just how these things go right now. Don't spend all of your money flying to New York for one audition. If you don't live in New York, come to New York for a season or a week or two so you can go to multiple calls and get a feel for it, but don't put all your eggs in one basket. I mean, we have to think about this through the point of view of casting, right? They put their name on the line when they bring someone into a callback. They usually need more than one reason to do that. The fact that you're prepared and have the skills to sell the part is a given. Everyone in this town is talented, but what does your resume look like? Do you have the right experience for this? Does casting know anyone on your resume who can vouch for you? Have they seen you in auditions before? Do they know your work as an actor? Why should I be doing this at all? I know it sounds all very overwhelming and discouraging, but if you're a non-union actor, there's a lot of great reasons to be going to these open calls. First of all, you learn a lot just talking to other actors. You can make friends while you're there. And it is possible to book a job from an open call as a non-union actor. I have several friends who have done it. I myself have done it. But just remember, while you are going to an open call to get a job, even more than that, you're going to build relationships with people in casting. We want them to get to know you so that when you walk in the room again, they have that moment when they're like, oh, this is Amber, I can breathe easy and relax because I know she is a confident actor who is going to be prepared and give me something to enjoy. And when the role comes that is just right for you, you will be ready and they will be familiar with you. This is why I highly recommend journaling about all of your auditions. You want to remember the people you're auditioning for, what you did in the room, and how it went. This is some of the most important research in your career. If they say something nice to you in the room, don't just leave and expect an email with a callback. You want to write down exactly who it was and exactly what they said. You can mention this in cover letters to agents. You can look up this person and take workshops with them to try to continue to build this relationship. There are endless acting jobs out there, but the people who are giving these jobs, the people who are working with directors, and even the directors themselves, they're in this business a very long time, so we need to respect them enough to get to know them and pay attention to the feedback they're giving us. Also, journaling is fun! If anyone is mean to you, you can just write it down instead of like itching to gossip about it or like sitting and feeling bad about it all day, because it is a very high stress environment and some people just don't know how to act. Okay, I hope this video has been helpful for you. I hope it decreases the amount of stress and doesn't increase it. It's really not a big deal. People go in there and suck all the time. I mean, even if you go in there and totally bomb, like, oh well, better luck next time. It's not that big of a deal. You can still recover. No one is writing down your name going, this person is the worst actor in the world, never work with them, I'm gonna send this to all of my business associates. It's just par for the course for them, you know? They see actors taking risks, and sometimes we fall on our face, and the fact that we're brave enough to go in there and do that, that is part of what they need us for. They need that bravery and that courage to get on stage and do whatever. So yeah, I mean, you showed up, good for you. Sometimes that's all you can ask of yourself. My last insider tip for you is to go and subscribe to thehustlenyc.org. It's a very cheap subscription service that you can pay to see these auditions posted in calendar form so that you can plan ahead. It has links to the original site, whether it's Playbill or Broadway World or whatever else, so you can see all the detailed descriptions and all the things that you need to know in one place. This has helped me immensely in being able to plan ahead for auditions, and it is very cheap. I think it's like, I forget how much it is, but I'm a big fan. I've subscribed to it and I use it all the time. If you really want to be an actor and you are really dedicated to working as an actor, then keep auditioning, keep searching for jobs that are right for you, keep finding teachers, because persistence is key, and sooner or later the right job is going to come along for you, and you can live that dream of going to rehearsal and getting paid and opening a show. I mean, once you book that first job, you start to relax and the pressure starts to fade away, and you sigh a breath of relief and you think to yourself, wow, I'm not crazy, I really can do this. And I just want that for every one of you guys out there. So please keep pursuing your dreams, keep going to these open calls, and be there for each other. Yeah. So thanks for watching. I post new videos every Friday. Please like this video if it was helpful for you, and subscribe to my channel to see new videos every Friday. So I'll see you next week, guys. Bye!